Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and for having me here. I think just three things that we haven't mentioned is that, um, gosh, there's so much, but genocide. The violence is very real. Genocide in Myanmar, that was both Facebook and the United Nations have sent people to Myanmar, and we now know where Myanmar is, right? So there has been no accountability for that. And part of the reason that's been the case, and this connects to the last 2 points, is that Meta, Facebook, now at almost 3 billion users, right, actually gives anyone outside the United States or Europe a far more dangerous platform than the rich countries. And this came from the Frances Haugen documents. So these are internal documents of Facebook. One document actually said that 87% of Facebook's global budget for time spent on classifying disinformation and misinformation goes towards the United States, so almost 90%, while only 13% is set aside for the rest of the world, despite the fact that American users, North American users, make up just 10% of its daily users. So I think part of our asks for elections should be greater resources spent. It's AI, which Facebook constantly says is what it uses, struggles with non-English languages. It's part of the reason that detection is quickly subverted by switching to a dialect. And then finally, the last part, which goes back to how we started, is that conspiracy theories about elections, and this is a lesson we learned from the United States, from Facebook's own internal documents, that they actually allowed disinformation about Stop the Steal, right? It was classified as harmful but non-violating content. And that's extremely problematic because it allows conspiracy theories and even vaccine hesitancy to continue, right? So again, with something like this, and I'll place it in the context of a development just the last 2 days, I think, Mr. Chair, you released a statement about the potential Comelec hack that Comelec says didn't happen, but is being broadcast by some other candidates and known disinformation influencers as a way to already begin to seed distrust of our electoral process. And I'll leave it with that, right? There are no guardrails for this. I'd be happy to help any other way. We have the data for you. Thank you so much for listening.